Hello. Okay, so I'm back and I'm gonna do another reading. I just recorded a different reading. So yeah, that reading was a lot of different things at once. And the birds have been chirping this whole time. So people have a lot of things to say about y'all. A lot of things to say. Okay? It's not a joke. It's not a game. Especially if you're looking good, doing what you gotta do, defending yourself against your ops. Girl. And my nose is itching. That is always a sign for me with other readers. I'm like, yeah, exactly. So maybe, you have allergies. Maybe that's a confirmation for you. But yeah, like, I don't know, like, should it be like Earth to Jada, Earthlings? I don't know, like, thinking of a community name. Earthlings is cute. But we'll see. But I don't know what it's given, because the first one and the lawnmower is going. Loud sounds are always signs for me. So let's see what these loud sounds mean. And there's rivets. Ooh. A lot of us are not realizing it's a lot of weird shit going on behind closed doors, like where you can't see, like people talking about you in rooms where you're not at, not like in a paranoid type of way, like, oh, everybody's talking about you, but like, girl, that's what the cards is saying, that there are people that you may feel like are cool with you, your friends, but maybe this reading is not even about that. Let's see what it's about, because that was the last reading. But I know if you are watching my videos, you're a hot girl, 'cause I'm a hot girl. So, you're defending yourself, you're doing all the things, you're assertive, you're hot, sexy, and young. Ooh, exactly. Something flew past my ear. So quick communication. I wish the birds would come down and sit with me. Maybe they will. So maybe your ancestors are trying to speak to you in different ways. Y'all say. I used to love to say that. Let's see. Giddy up, giddy up, giddy up. I don't know why I'm hearing that. Giddy up, giddy up, giddy up. Maybe need to dance. For these cards, I don't take reversals. I just read everything. Okay? So this come out in the pre-shuffle. So the first card that came out was the Lover's card. And that could, represent, a new romantic connection, a connection that you're already in. And the Lover's card speaks to also connections that you have with non-romantic partners as well. But it represents, a union being kind of ordained or like watched over by both of your ancestors. The card is called courting, and courting is the traditional way to, get someone to be your partner. Maybe red and blue is significant. Red, passion, fire, and then blue represents emotions, depth. Emotions to me, I would say. Depth, water, so. But it could represent you embarking on a new journey, a new path with, maybe a business partner. But I would say the Lover speaks generally to different partnerships that are being watched over. So maybe there's one in particular that your ancestors are definitely making sure it's going smooth, okay? And, yeah, it can also be romantic, girl. So I love that for you if that's what you're getting into. Also, girl, gender neutral, period. And then next is the Father of Baskets. So baskets representing water sign energy. So maybe that's you or the other person. in this relationship, or that can just represent an energy of someone who is definitely going to, you know, bring emotional fulfillment. This represents Scorpio energy. This represents, you know, he is a mature masculine, and I want to say he, but it's a man on the card, but this is a mature masculine energy. All my readings are also gender neutral, so he, she, they, them, you know, energy is for everybody, not just like what is on the cards. So because I have a lot of masculine energy, so I'll be the, you know, some of the readings be like divine masculine. Exactly, that's real. I really wonder what that is. Like, what was that? Okay, my nose is still itching, and it was not itching earlier. Yeah, so this represents that. Not all the animals got something to say, but I am outside, so shout out to them for giving us messages. Like, I love them. But this represents emotional depth, someone who is willing to, you know, explore the depths of your emotions, and, you know, not only take care of what he has to take care of, because, you know, that's natural for him to not only be mature, but for the masculine energy to want to like pour into you, to emotionally fulfill you, not only provide for you, but also want to be there for you emotionally, physically, spiritually. And that's what this card represents, like to the Father of Baskets, also the King of Cups. The Ten of Knives represents, you know, you or this person being literally stabbed in the back before, like literally laid out, people doing you dirty and you didn't expect them to do you dirty. Or maybe this is you now feeling like, damn, like what the fuck is going on? Like, there's always something going on, things catching you off guard, you know, possibly getting communication that is really like you're really not fucking liking. And, you know, I can definitely see that. But, you know, it's giving regret, betrayal, you know, that type of energy. And I definitely feel that, because it's like all these lawnmowers too at the same time. They've been mowing, but it was not this loud. This also represents, you know, a vehicle, like loud. So these loud sounds are very significant too. So maybe that's a sign for you too. As loud sounds is a loud sound of any kind, you know. Obviously, your signs with your God and your spiritual oneness, you know. It depends on like what it is for you, but it's a sign for me, so want to let you know that this might also be relevant for you. Also, like, this represents a car, a strong foundation. So it's maybe like you've been hurt in the past with this regret and this pain with the Ten of Knives. Maybe people talking to you crazy because of the, you know, the knife, the communication, the air energy. But this Chariot represents a stronger foundation, a foundation where you're not going for that. You're not going. And you're going to beautiful places very soon, very quickly, you know, quickly in the grand scheme of life. I don't know specific times. I try not to read times, you know. I'm trying to be a patient girl nowadays. Like, patience really do be key. Like, it's a lot. But yeah, so, you know, making sure that you are taking care of your foundation, taking care of, you know, what matters most to you. Like, is it family? Is it yourself? Is it, you know, give me a lot of things, but what is that? What is your foundation, man? What is it? And then the Eight of Sticks, love this card. This represents incoming messages. This represents fire sign energy. So Aries, Leo, Sag. I'm a Sag, so shout out to us. And it represents passion. So whether it's like working on a project, but this woman in this card, she's collecting like bark from a tree. Bark from a tree that was struck by lightning. And it is, you know, using elements of nature is already very powerful, but that is very, very, very powerful. Like that's something that you want to be working with if you're called to. She was called to do that. And this represents a certain strength, you know, like you have a lot of things coming in for you. Like I said, incoming messages, incoming news, like all the sticks are kind of coming in at once. And I love this like new adaptation of it, or different adaptation of it, because it's like really cool. But it represents like doing what you need to do to get what you need, essentially. Like, this is a tree that was struck out in the open, I'm assuming. You know, anybody could go and take that opportunity, but are you taking your opportunities? Like, that's what that's giving. And it's giving like you are, because the daughter of sticks is the daughter of, well, it's the page of wands. And this card is very beautiful. It represents, you know, wealth, specifically the way that this horse is being depicted, because horses are very wealthy. Whatever it's written or drawn, like if someone has a horse, like, you know, they got money. So it's giving, you know, maybe you just have to be like open to growth, open to new opportunities, because this also, I believe, represents Aries energy. And this is like, you know, full speed ahead. Like, you have the strength, you have the power of your ancestors too, because literally when I split the deck, it was the ancestors card. Well, one of the times I was shuffling, when I split the deck just now, it was the 10 of wands, which is like more fire energy. And I just saw 1111 on the time, and it's just like, you know, trusting yourself, trusting your passions, believe in yourself. There will be positive things coming towards you. I mean, you know, positive things in your life. You have positive things coming towards you. So, like, you know, don't fret. That's what I'm hearing. Don't fret. You know, just hop up there. Didn't I just say, was I not singing Giddy Up? I was singing Giddy Up. I was like, giddy up, giddy up, giddy up. Exactly. Know that you, and this also represents your connection to animals and nature. That's why there's so many animals and, you know, birds, insects going in all at once. So make sure you're going outside, making sure you're staying grounded. You know, maybe this union will bring these things to you. You know, you guys will be able to go on walks. They're going on walks, a walk down the trail. I love a walk. I love to be outside. I love to be in nature. Love a good hike. So, yeah, like, and in my head I'm hearing Wonder Woman, and then, yes, this card wanted to fall out so bad, like, she wanted to be seen so bad, and then the Ace of Sticks. So it's giving passion, like, and I wouldn't be surprised if the song plays, but I'm hearing Wonder Woman by Masego, and he says, Wonder Woman, she's powerful, she keeps me under her spell, oh well, I like it. And it's just like, yeah, like, period, that passion, that Ace of Sticks energy. This is representing passionate love, new opportunities, new energy to start, new ideas to start, you know, passion projects, or finish the ones that you've been working on as well, because I've been meaning to do this reading since Tuesday, and, you know, I'm finally able to get the time to do it, and this is absolutely perfect. It's beautiful outside, like, I'm having a great time. But this represents, you know, also I was saying the 10 of Sticks came out, and that represents also elders, which I was saying ancestors as well. You can hear the birds. The birds to me represent my ancestors from all parts of my lineage. So, you know, they're always around, and they represent different things, you know, different birds. And, you know, it's important for you to understand what your ancestors are saying to you. And, you know, animals too bring divine messages. They deserve to be protected. So, yeah. And this also represents innovation, positivity. This card specifically, she's bringing tea and flowers. I'm not sure if that's flowers, though. I'm not sure if that's flowers. So I'm not going to say that that's flowers. But, you know, she was definitely a service to her community, and someone who is a, you know, a leader. This also represents, that represents emotional energy, carrying, I don't know why I'm hearing carrying burdens. So also this being next to the 10 of Nines, it's like, you know, there was things in the past that you were carrying, and it was too much. It was a lot, you know. And hopefully this relationship, because I'm not seeing bad vibes with the relationship, like with the union. And this could be a union with self too, like, because that also brings you closer to love, if that's something that's meant for you in this lifetime, you know. But the Ace of Sticks representing, you know, the divine, giving you those ideas, giving you that passion, that also represents like a, you know, a fresh, like, you know, libido, like sex drive, like, you know, this relationship I feel like will have a healthy foundation. Yes, a beautiful healthy foundation. Yeah, but yeah, let me clarify the lovers. Yeah, and then it's given the the Father of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles. So it's the Father of Baskets and the King of Pentacles. So this is somebody who is bringing you, like I was saying, not only emotional stability, like this masculine energy, this beautiful energy is not only bringing you the Father, I'm saying the Father, I already said the card, it's bringing you emotional balance, stability, security, but also financial, babe. This is the King of Pentacles, like earth energy, grounded, stable, stability. You know, genie in a bottle grant you any wish, babe. Oh. That's what I'm saying. And then the Four of Wands falls, and this card literally represents marriage, like a divine union of people coming together. They're picking flowers or planting flowers. It's literally so beautiful. Like, she's smiling mad hard, like, oh, that's beautiful. And my nose is still itching, like yeah, it's a lot going on, but I already put a lot of cards. So let's just see what, and I'm gonna take this one too. And I keep hearing the song Wonder Woman. My nose. And I was just talking about how my allergies do not be getting me anymore, because they don't. And now my nose is itching. Like, so that's how you know. And I used to have really bad allergies. Seasonal. Not even seasonal, all year round. But, you know. Okay, so yeah. So the first song that came on was You Got Me by The Roots and Erykah Badu. So even The Roots being the first song that came on, and this was originally sung by her, Erykah Badu's part was originally sung by Erykah Badu, which, I mean, not Erykah Badu, Jill Scott, which is even more tapping into that earthy energy, that, like, you know, like, I'm here for you, you got me, you can depend on me, like, I'm stable, emotionally, financially, mentally, physically, you know, like, literally, the lyrics say, baby, don't worry about me. Oh, no, it starts with, if you were worried about who I've been or who I saw or what club I went to with the homies, baby, don't worry, you know that you got me. Like, stable, secure. Yes. And that is true masculine energy for her. And then the next song is Your Lady by Destin Conrad. And it just says you and yours, you and yours, you and your lady. And then he talks about how I can't come between you and your lady. So it is two you know, different masculine energies on the board. I'm not going to say they different, because the way I'm reading it, one way is, you know, it's given the same. But, like, the same, like, person. But, you know, this song, you and your, can't come between you and your lady. This could also represent, like, them and their mom. Shit. But, which is, you know, better than you and your lady, meaning, like, the person that you're in love with, in this union with, is with someone else. Or you or someone else is in, or the person that you're with is in love with someone else, you know? Because he's not even mad. He's like, I can't come between you and your lady, and she's so fine, pretty, and smart, and educated. Y'all met in high school, lost contact, and then y'all reconnected. So it's just kind of like, you know? So, could be multiple ways. It could be, you know, yeah, girl. Then the next song is Gidget by Free Nationals, Anderson .Paak, and T Nava. And it's, did I say Gidget? It's called Gidget. But it says, I've yet to figure out, it sounds so simple, but really deeper than what she's bitching about. What if I tip her? What if I dig her out? What would that fix if not submit deeper into the ground? Sweet Gidget, what happened? You don't love me now. So it's just like, this could be two different masculine energies, you know? Yeah, this is giving someone from the past too, because when I was shuffling, I saw the Six of Baskets, and I didn't take it because it didn't fall out. But I'm like, this song being like, the last song being like, y'all met in high school, and, you know, And also, my sister is watching Scandal. And, you know, the whole ordeal with Olivia and Fitz and his wife. It's like, you know, Olivia and Fitz being in love. And his wife just being with him because she was in love with him, but she was really using him for what she needed. It's like, I don't know why I'm getting this energy of like people being with someone that's in love with someone else and they're like aware. Like, that's insane. Like, don't do that. That's not right. Like, love yourself enough to be like, girl, no, I gotta go. And then, you know, he also, in the song, he eventually says, I can't save her, no can't save her. And he says, all that booty is gold, all my secrets are sound, all that work that she done is still yet to be found. Is it worth it in the long run when all is coming short of the crown? We should be together right now. So maybe somebody offers you financial security and somebody else offers you emotional stability and financial security. Because the father of baskets is not giving he broke. It's not giving broke at all. Especially in this depiction of the father of baskets. So, and in the other deck too, the original tarot, he is not broke. So, you know, they're both mature energies, but it's like, if the father of coins being clarified, no, the lover's being clarified by the father of coins, so it's given like, you know, in this relationship you're being offered one thing, but are you potentially seeking something else outside of that provides you with a more stable foundation? You know, you could potentially see it growing into something very beautiful. Or are you willing to settle for financial security? I say that with a question mark because I'm like, it's given a lot of different things. So, you know, I know a lot of people watch my readings, my channel. So, you know, you gotta take what sticks with you and what doesn't. And it's okay if it doesn't all. And the next song is On by BTS, the Japanese version. So what this is given is, they say, I can't understand what people are saying. And basically the song is like I'm gonna fight, bring the pain on, like I can take whatever, you know. So it's like, you know, are you willing to go through the emotional, you know, growth that is necessary for you to be in a relationship that you're not settling in? You know, are you willing to face your shadow self? Are you willing to try new things? Because this is the Japanese version as opposed to the regular version. When I get that in a channeled message, it just makes me think of like doing something different out of the box, because BTS already has music in naturally has music in Korean and also in English, in Japanese, you know, probably another one I'm forgetting. But you know, it's like, you know, stand up for yourself, take a leap of faith, do what you need to do. Like, I'm on that basically. Like, that's what I'm getting from that. And then the next song is Second Grade. Time, and then some of the English lyrics they have, because, you know, it's not being Apple's not translating it right now. But it says, "'Cause time is flowing fast, still every day, bang it, still every day." So it's kind of like, you know, maybe you're still working through your childish ways, because that also is a really old song by them. You know, maybe you're growing through that. But in order for you to grow, you have to like face the things that are hurting you, that have hurt you in the past. The next song is Dotted Line by Masego, which is funny because this album is the same album that Wonder Woman is on. And it says, yeah, I ain't smiled in my pictures in years. I forgot the sensation of tears. What's the word when you living in fear? Her name, how it rings in my ear. Hurricanes, what a rainy affair. She be draining my spirit. What's the man? Where's the man in the mirror? God should make an appearance. I just need reassurance. Now I'm suit and tie here in this hearing. Need that girl to sign on the dotted line. So yeah, so maybe, you know, this talks about getting out of a marriage. So yeah, this is some interesting energy, child. I don't know. Yeah, she want to sell my wedding ring. You feel like he in a cage. You feel like you're trapped in a relationship, but you're in love with somebody else. Not you, but somebody you know, maybe. Or, wow, that's so interesting. I hate that for you. Or for whoever's involved, you know. Also, You know, that doesn't have to be that something you're getting into. It could be, you know, a family member's doing that. I know a lot of people trapped in relationships that they should not be in, settling. So, you know, don't be feeling like you need to be trapped in a cage. You need to be trapped in a marriage. Even though I'm getting generally like it's a strong marriage, a strong foundation, but it's with the person you're meant to be with, you know, not with whoever you're settling for. You're not going to have a good future ending with them. And the next song is Fat Ma, and she says, this coochie feeling ushy gushy. I'm not saying it like that. Ushy gushy. Babe, can you give us a minute? I done leaked on your jeans. Ain't in the start, and yet it looked like I'm finished. Lay the towel down. I got some pressure built up. So, girl, shit. Maybe that's saying you should go with the father of baskets. Someone who's bringing you emotional. I mean, that's a duh. Not a duh, but like a, you know. Because he don't just provide you, they don't just provide you with, you know, emotional security. It's also money on too, girl. And you're sexually attracted to them. The next song is Pluto by Soul Child. And they said, and I thought we could be like something I never seen before. And I thought we could be, because in your heart I see the stars. And those cloudy days probably drift away. And I can bring some sunny to your stormy days, babe. Even if I'm bummy and full away, get up. You make my days feel much like those. Just got a soft breeze. So, you know, there will be signs to choose the person that you're meant to be with. Take those signs. Follow that, babe. Because in a relationship, not going to say the relationship that you're in, but maybe the one you feel like you should pursue out of settling, it's like, y'all both ain't shit for that. The next song is Both Ain't Shit by Megan Thee Stallion and Kyle Rich. It's like, you lying to him and he lying to you. You lying to them and she lying to you. Everybody just lying. You know, it's time for you to sit and reflect and really be like, what's going on here? Because the next song is Man in the Garden by Kendrick Lamar. The next song is Don't Leave Me by BTS. So you got to do what you got to do for you. Of course, people don't want you to leave. I mean, don't want you to leave them. And I'm hearing loud motorcycles and cars. And I wish my nose was out. But, you know, hey. Don't leave me. But you got somewhere else to be. The next song is Young, Rich, and Love. The song also after that is Now or Never by, well, Young, Rich, and Love by Kali Uchis. Now or Never by Kendrick Lamar and Mary J. Blige. Bonus track. The next song is All Mine by Brent Faiyaz. Then Wasted Energy by Alicia Keys. Cash, featuring Cash Page and Diamond Platinums. So it's just like, babe, don't waste your time, you know, settling for what you think you need to have or what you think you should have. You need to just do what's best for you, because it's now or never. That's how I feel. And I just got a message, and it was these eyeball emojis. So yeah, go get what's yours. Go get what you need to get. Do what you need to do. Okay? Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. Isn't she lovely? Oh my God, that's such a divine message, because I watched this video, this reading earlier by this creative, the Divine Library, and they were talking about the channel song Isn't She Lovely, which was written by Stevie Wonder about his daughter, and it was a channel message of someone like eventually having a child with, you know, their partner that they're meant to be with. So just know, like, you know, you are gonna have to, you know, deal with some punches, take some punches, you know, deal with some things, but not physical punches. Hopefully it's none of that. I have been seeing a lot of the girls, the straight and gay people, putting their hands on each other. It's not cute. Don't be hating each other. It's not cute. Because, you know, Ranchero by Mona Leo. And then, I love Mona Leo, so I'm sorry for saying her name wrong if I said it wrong. And then, after that, Words Behavior by K1 and Kehlani. So, listen, it's like, the person you're meant to be with, the sex is going to be good. You know, emotional stability. A firm foundation. You know, you're going to be able to do what you want to do. This is also giving me, this is such a long message, but it's so real, because, like, this is giving me, this book I read the other day to my niece, it was a Princess and the Frog like rendition when she's like living with Prince Naveen, and like she wanted to impress his parents because they were coming up for Mardi Gras, and it's a beautiful book. But and she went into the bayou to get moon fruit hanging from a tree that was glowing, because of course, like, she has a beautiful, amazing life. This is so really beautiful, amazing life where her husband, he stayed in the house, Naveen stayed in the house, cleaned the house, while she went into the forest and frolicked and got moon fruit. And literally, this is reminding me of that, because this beautiful woman is, you know, making sure she gets her tree bark. Okay? And of course, she doesn't need a partner to be able to go and do that, because, you know, it's given very much, you have your own emotional maturity, you have your own things that fulfill you, you know. But, you know, in the context of a love reading, this is so beautiful. Like yeah. But okay, that's all I got. good luck, and you know, that was so fun. Yes, I hope you guys are being safe and having a beautiful day. And yeah, like, I'll see you guys again next week, because last week I meant to record, but a lot of things happened. So, but yeah.